Hello, I am Sam Sylvia, the content manager here at Practice Alchemy, and today I have our March member of the month, Chase Neely, with us. Hi, Chase.
Hey, Sam, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks again for being our member of the month. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your practice and where you practice?
I am an entertainment attorney in Nashville, Tennessee. That means that I do intellectual property law, specifically copyright and some trademark, and I intersect entertainment law with corporate law as well.
Very interesting. A lot of country music down in Nashville?
We got all kinds, but lots of country music. That's right.
Awesome. Great. So, and when did you join Practice Alchemy?
I joined in August of 2015.
Great. So you're about a little over 6 months in, right? A little bit,
That's
or right
exactly
about?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So this is a great time, I think, to check in. So if you can think back to when you first joined and you were going through the implementation, how did that process go for you? Was it pretty straightforward? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, so I think I had a semi-unique experience as far as the implementation goes because y'all didn't have a lot of content for entertainment lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that might have ended up being a bad thing. But with your content people, what happened was you have amazing people putting the content together, including yourself. And we were able to get some really great content ready for my VIP referral partners, and it was just seamless. Y'all put together the stuff so quickly, and I could just go in and add a little bit of my personality to it as well and make it my own. And it was a wonderful process to go through. So much easier than creating it all myself.
That is so great to hear. That's exactly why we do what we do. So I'm so happy to hear that. I'm really happy that you found success with our team. And even though we didn't have the content at the time, that we were able to provide you with some really relevant and helpful practice information. And you've been able to use it so far. So that's great. That makes me so happy. So after the implementation, and now you've sent out quite a few campaigns so far, how were you able to kind of educate yourself and explore the assets that we offer our Referral Alchemy members, some of the training tools?
Yes, I have, and I'll tell you what I've enjoyed the most have been the quarterly and the annual planning. Just taking a minute out of practicing and saying, I'm going to take a 30,000-foot view of what's going on with my practice and really plan for the future. It's been something that, you always think, I got to do that. I got to put this on paper and really go toward something. But if you don't take the time, it doesn't happen. And so being forced by you guys to take the time has been a welcome addition to building my practice.
That's awesome. We love the annual planning session. It's my favorite session that Raj offers. So I'm really happy that you found value in that. But I want to commend you because, it's a collaborative tool. You really do need to section off that time to take the time to use the asset and build out your goals for the next year, 3 years, and create that plan. So did you find difficulty kind of finding the time? Do you have any tips for some of our members that might be struggling with sectioning off a certain time frame in their calendar to use those assets?
I would just say that you're never going to have time to do it. So until you press play on the video or you press the link on the GoToWebinar link to get into the planning session, you're not going to have time to do it. So just make yourself click play, make yourself click the button to get into the webinar, and start it for 15 minutes. And if you have to do something else, go do something else, but come back to the recording at some point and finish it up. Starting is half finished, in my opinion. So just getting yourself to push the play button is half the battle.
I think that's really great advice, and really I think, necessary for a lot of our members to hear, because it is that you guys are so busy. I mean, attorneys, your time is money. So it takes a little bit of discipline to find that time. So I'm really happy you found it and you found success with it. That makes us here very happy. Is there a particular lesson that you've taken away so far with your time at Practice Alchemy that you didn't expect to learn?
I don't know if I didn't expect to learn it, but I'll give you two that have just been extremely valuable for me.
Sure.
The first is building the referral system and asking for referrals.
Right. A lot of
you
attorneys
don't think
struggle
to do
with
that unless exactly. Yeah, you don't think to do it unless you have the system in place. And the thing is, your clients are going to be open to that. I've done huge amounts of business for my practice, whatever that means for you. But I've done huge amounts of business simply by asking for a referral, by saying, hey, I'm looking to take on more clients. If you have anybody, I'd love to talk to them. And, it's just an incredible door opening to be able to see that you can walk through that door and take the opportunity. That's just not there if you don't ask. And so that's been a huge thing.
That's so great.
And then I guess number two, the other thing that's been huge is taking myself off of the factory floor. That's what Raj always talks about, is getting out of the factory floor and becoming the CEO of a business. And I think you always have that in mind, maybe, but the minutia of the everyday just gets in the way, and you have to take the time to step away and say, okay, where do I want this to be? What do I want this to become? And really, who do I want to become? What kind of work-life balance do I want to have? And by asking those questions, you're going to be so far ahead of so many of the other firms out there just because you have a plan. And so getting yourself off the factory floor and making time to make the plan is a huge insight that I've gained.
That's really essential for running your own practice and getting yourself there. And I know, a lot of our members, when they first come in, they've been running that hamster wheel and not getting a lot of the payoff for all of that hard work. So to recognize that it does take some time to take a step back, make all those business planning arrangements that you need to do, get yourself out of your own way, and look at your practice as the CEO instead of the associate working for the CEO, I think is really, really great advice, and something that you'll build upon that value in the years to come, because you've made that decision to kind of take a step back and see the long path instead of the short path. So that's great. We're so happy to hear that you've started that process, and it looks like you've been finding a lot of success. So that's awesome. But I know you talked about work-life balance. So I did want to ask you if you had any more personal goals that you'd want to accomplish for 2016, or any vacations you're really hoping to go on, any sort of fun things that you want to plan for yourself or you have planned.
Yeah, well, let me tell you a story first, because this is just too good. When I first started with you guys, in the initial conversations, they said, do you have any personal goals that you'd like to accomplish? And I was like, I'd really like to buy a house, but the Nashville market's exploding. I don't know how I'm going to buy in the area that I want to buy in. And in December, after starting in August, in December, everything worked together, and with a lot of the insights that I gained from you guys, business came in. I had the wherewithal to ask my landlord at the time if they would sell me their house, and they said yes. And so in December, I was able to accomplish a huge personal goal just by initiating conversation and by the new clients that were coming in to purchase the house that we were living in. So I didn't even have to move, and I bought a house, and it was just an incredible gain in personal goals. So this year, for 2016, my personal goal is to take a vacation. Have not done it at all in the 4 years that I've been practicing on my own. So that's the big goal for this year, and we're trying to get it on the books. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, definitely do that for yourself. I think, I get a lot of my really great ideas when I step away, or look at something differently, but it sounds like you're well on your way to having that, vacation time. And congratulations on the new home. That's amazing. Well, the not so new because
Well,
you've
you.
already lived there, but
Right.
now you're a homeowner. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats. We love that. Well,
Appreciate that.
super great. Looks like you have a lot to look forward to in 2016. Anything else you want to let our listeners know about your practice or anything else about Practice Alchemy?
Well, I'll just say this. I don't know how we can connect with each other, but I'm happy to talk to anybody about my experience through Practice Alchemy, and happy to share any insights or tips that I've seen that have worked just by going through the process and getting the implementation done. So feel free, look me up wherever, and I'm happy to talk through any questions that anybody might have about it.
That's awesome. I know a really great tool for something like that would be, I know you're on LinkedIn, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so connecting on LinkedIn is a really great way. And we can also facilitate that. If anybody wants to reach out to you, they can contact us and we can make that connection and keep those referrals building.
That's right. We can help each other out, so that'll be
Exactly. We really do want to kind of expand and explore the community building aspect of especially referral alchemy. So if anybody listening or you, Chase, has insight or thoughts about that, feel free to email me. My email is sam@practicealchemy.com, and I'd love to hear your thoughts or suggestions. So thank you so much for joining us today, Chase. I think your insight was really valuable, and I'm really looking forward to launching, seeing what the rest of 2016 has to bring to you, because I have a feeling it will be a lot of success.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.